I'm Ann Shalik. I teach in the Women in the Law Clinic.
And I'm Lori Monahan, and I'm a student in the Women in the Law Clinic.
The Women in the Law Clinic is a 2-semester clinic, and there are several of us who teach in that clinic. We handle a variety of cases, some of them family law cases, immigration cases, housing cases, really a broad array of cases. And in the Women in the Law Clinic, in addition to focusing on what it means to represent clients and helping students learn about how the legal system actually operates, we also examine how gender works throughout the legal system. With all of our clinics, the core concept that drives us in our teaching is the notion of giving students responsibility. Responsibility for being a lawyer, responsibility for working within the lawyer-client relationship, and responsibility for figuring out how to solve a real client's problems. Of course, all of that's done under the close supervision of our faculty, but the students are really the ones with the responsibility, and we're trying to teach students both how to be a lawyer, the things that you do as a lawyer, how to do those well, what being a lawyer means to you, what you want your life as a lawyer to be like, and to look at the impact of the legal system on our clients, not just to think about ourselves developing how to be lawyers, but what the legal system means to clients and what it means to society. And that leads to the final thing that we really try to do, which is help students develop critical perspectives on the legal system and to think about what those critical perspectives mean for how in lives as lawyers they want to try to reform or change the legal system. Lori, you've worked on 2 cases this year. One is a woman who was trafficked into this country. Now you're working to get her green card, what's called legal permanent residency, both for herself and for her husband and her son. And the other is a woman with a complicated child support case where she's seeking arrearages from the father, and there's a case in Maryland and there's a case in DC, and we're litigating in both those forums and trying to get her a whole lot of money that hasn't been paid to her. Could you talk about what having the responsibility in those 2 cases has meant to you?
Sure. So the first day that we got these 2 cases, it became very clear that the responsibility rested not solely on us, but primarily on us. And the responsibility immediately felt both serious, but it also felt like a privilege. And I think my clinic partner and I really dove right into taking on the responsibility and thinking about how each of our actions in both the cases had a great deal of effect on the lives of the clients in which we were meeting with. We were meeting for the first time, and we were, helping identify goals and next steps in their cases.
How did that responsibility feel? That's a lot to take on, getting somebody the capacity to stay here after she's been trafficked here, and getting somebody money to support her children from somebody who has the capacity to pay and hasn't. What's that felt like to you and your partner? And how have you dealt with that?
I think at first it has certainly felt a little bit scary. It's felt a little bit, like you're thrown into a pool but you weren't taught how to swim, and then after you get over that scary phase, it feels a little bit more like a challenge, but a challenge that you're ready to take on. So, for example, with the client whom we're trying to get legal permanent residency for, we dealt with the responsibility by diving head on into beginning her application, and then after we went into her application, we immediately saw that there was a lot more we had to learn and a lot more we had to research in order to complete the application to the best of our ability for our client.
So in the Women in the Law Clinic, we love the seriousness of what we do. We love the seriousness with which our students do it, the commitment, the hard work. But in the end, I think we all find great joy in it. The satisfactions that come with learning together, doing good work together, and in the end having an impact on our clients' lives and seeing what we can do as lawyers. Anything final you'd like to say?
Yeah, I think I agree that it's been extremely rewarding to work with such interesting people, and you learn not only about the intricacies of your own cases, but you're also working within a community where you learn a lot about a multitude of cases, and it's an invaluable experience.